Hello everyone, my name is Alita Gonzalez and this is my Module 3 individual assignment of Inclusive Environment presentation. For this assignment, I decided to use Starbucks as my main focus on providing an inclusive environment analysis. What is the history of Starbucks? Starbucks opened up its doors in 1971 in its Seattle area through their Pike Place market, where they started off as a small coffee bean retailer and grew into one of the biggest and top chains in the United States. Over time, Starbucks has had the privilege of serving up to millions of customers every day and connecting them with their stores, their retail, and through their community. As a Starbucks employee myself, I have grown into the company within the last 3 years, and I've seen the progress that they have created as what it means to be providing an inclusive and diverse environment for not only their partners, but also for the community itself. They have created their name in the food industry, expanding their mission and policies in the daily to meet the needs of their customers as well as their partners. So what is Starbucks' vision? And as a Starbucks, their primary goal is to create human connection to their customers, their partners, and even to their management as they become part of their communities and shape our society as a whole. As a Starbucks employee, one of the main mottos that I have heard over time is that Starbucks is here to nurture the human spirit, which can be a variety of meanings. It can be being able to provide the best product, the best experience, but also be able to create that bond from customer to partner to manager. It is a whole new kind of system of humanity and being able to see people as individuals. Not only do they aim to provide the best experience for those who enter their door, but be sure that they are welcome in their establishment, diversing and involving communities and allowing individuals to connect and learn from one another. No matter who you are, what you look like, or what your capabilities are, Starbucks strives to form bonds with every individual. So what are some diversity and inclusion components addressed by Starbucks? With our world adapting to a whole new outlook on life, as well as being able to be aware of the people that create our society as a whole, Starbucks has been one of the main chains to be able to take the time to acknowledge who makes our society and what can we do in order to enhance our livelihoods for the better. From providing an accepting and welcoming environment for those of the LGBTQ community to even promoting different cultures in our products and services, Starbucks aims to create an inclusive atmosphere for all. One thing that comes to mind is increasing recognition of a disability as a demographic variable instead of an outcome that has helped our nation be more aware of the needs of others and provide an extra hand for those in need. Starbucks, on their route to providing an inclusive environment, has taken the time to look at what they need to do in order to provide an environment that is accessible, usable, convenient, and a pleasure to use that everyone can benefit from to unite us as a community. These could be the most simplest things, such as being able to provide a unisex family restroom for our customers, being able to provide the spacious area for all customers of all mobility to come in and enjoy their experience here at Starbucks. And it can even be things like providing a braille menu for our visually impaired customers and so on. But what can this mean for the chain itself? So now we're looking at the process that Starbucks takes in order to make a change for their environment. What are their goals? Their goals involve creating an inclusive environment, connecting with the people in the community, providing the best experience for all, and creating a brighter future as well as nurturing the human spirit. What is so great about goals such as the ones promoted by Starbucks is that they aim to not only be a benefit for their company, but be a benefit for the people within the company. It can come from management who can connect to stores across the district as well as the community. It can come from partners being able to unite the workforce and allow them to help their community itself, and even to the community, allowing them to be a part of the change and taking those steps along with the company. So what are the steps necessary for Starbucks to take in order to achieve and strive for their goals? One of the major things is to reach out to the people themselves, being able to get that message sent out and promoting their cause by connecting to the community themselves. This can mean school drives, companies, non-profit organizations, even food pantries, homeless shelters, and so on. Their mission is to be able to see what the community needs in order to make that change and recognize them as not just people themselves, but see them as individuals who need that extra support and that extra hand. Now we look at the challenges faced by Starbucks when it comes to trying to strive for their goals and aim for an inclusive and diverse environment. When it comes to not only creating an inclusive workplace within companies, there's always a lie under. Now, what are some challenges faced by the organization itself when it comes to achieving those goals and creating an inclusive environment? When it comes to not only creating an inclusive workplace within companies, there always lies an underlying truth of what could be the barriers that push back a company's mission to be able to make these changes happen for the better good, and that is the lack of understanding. Over the years, Starbucks has faced major downfalls and controversies on the promotion of diversity, and we've even heard on the news of those fighting to make a difference against the workplace. It is disheartening to see, yet it is necessary to be able to acknowledge what can be going on behind closed doors. Like any workplace, there will always be those that lack the ability to bring out Starbucks' mission to life, which in turn turns to people around for them. For this challenge, it's important to be able to encourage those involved, what is the management, the partners, or even the community, to take the stand of what is right and open the eyes to those that need to look at the bigger picture of caring, understanding, and support. And once an organization is able to face on those challenges and overcome them, we begin to look at the outcomes that come from it. The world is filled with people from all different backgrounds, customs, traditions, and culture, and be able to value them not just as people but as an individual, we must be able to commit to the single most obvious reason to push hard for diversity. Promoting diversity means promoting understanding. As Starbucks continues to be one of the most popular chains in our entire nation, the mission continues to expand at all. One thing I would like to mention, and will include a link below, is their newest step into creating an inclusive and diverse environment by opening up their very first inclusive space framework innovation, a store designed to be more accessible to both the public and the partners in their retail establishment. It is a huge step to see within the company, and as they continue to progress with their mission, they hope to aim further into connecting with everyone in our neighborhoods, communities, and society. And here are some of my references as well as my picture citations that you saw throughout my presentation. Thank you so much for listening on an inclusive environment presentation for Module 3.